Hi folks, I want to talk to you today about Jonathan Windham. I've known Jonathan for going on 20 years at this point, and he's always been a good friend and somebody a lot of fun to work with. But I tell you, one story in particular stands out to me. After we first opened in Fayetteville, he went to each one of his servant heart leaders and talked to them about their personal schedule and what days off they wanted. He asked them what their first choice was and then what their second choice was, because working with all the different schedules, you might not necessarily get your first choice, but he was able to work out everybody to where they got the first choice of their 2 days off each week. If they wanted them separated, they got them separated. If they wanted them together, they got them together. He understood the importance of getting everybody on a set schedule where they could depend on what their days off were going to be. And then he even went so far as to whenever he'd have a servant heart leader on vacation, he would personally work the extra day and pick up 6 days that week. So he still had a commitment to his servant heart leaders to not disrupt their personal schedule so that they could work their lives around that. And I just feel like that's such a great testament to servant heart leadership, such a great example of it. And Jonathan's just such a great leader. And man, I love you and I'm proud of you. I'm glad to work with you.
I met Jonathan Windham 6 years ago when I started with Mission Barbecue. Never once has he hesitated to make sure that myself, as well as anyone else on the team, has always been taken care of. Jonathan has truly taken the time to understand each and every one of his servant heart leaders and his teammates on a personal level. With that understanding, he has created a team that I could, for once in my life, truly call a second family. I honestly don't know where I'd be without his guidance, and for that, he will continue to be the blueprint for how I serve my team and my community.
Jonathan and I have known each other for a little over a year, but he's just one of those guys who seems like you've known forever. One of my stories about him is we had a teammate here in our store who was down on his luck, and Jonathan took him and gave him a place to stay, gave him a car to drive. A lot of people think that they would just stop right then and there and say, hey, I did enough. But Jonathan is not one of those type of people. Jonathan is a person who takes and keeps giving. And he is one of those people who still gives to this young man. Man, he has just got one of the biggest hearts I've ever known of anybody in my life. And I'm truly glad to call him my friend. He's my boss, but he's definitely my friend as well.
My name is Shelby Derry and I have been working with Jonathan for almost 4 years now in the Fayetteville location. Through those 4 years, he has definitely seen me through my highs and my lows, one of my lows being last year when I found out I was pregnant. Next to telling my family, I think Mission Barbecue is the second scariest thing for me to do. I remember the conversation like it was yesterday. We sat down, I told him I was pregnant. He took a second to take everything in, but then he looked at me and the first thing he said was, "We're gonna take care of you." And that was just super consoling for me to hear. Through my whole pregnancy, he made sure that I was doing everything I could to help provide for me and my kid. He even showed me different ways I could move myself up in the company to help prepare myself. After I had her, he called me about once a week, making sure that she was doing good, that I was doing good. He even called me in and suggested different ways I could set up a savings account. And he's just been a super loving person through all of this, and he definitely has one of the biggest servant hearts of anybody I've ever met, honestly. And I'm super appreciative of everything he's ever done for me.